Greetings and welcome to Monster Legends for another special feeding episode. This time I'm going to be feeding a lady I picked up at a recent mini progression event. There were 3 of them. I had to choose one. I chose her. This is Helgudin. And Helgudin is a legendary. She is darkness. She's part of the Underworld book, the female book, the Adventurer's book, and of course a temporary one that is going on right now. She showed up with 2 unlock ruin slots, which is better than 1 unlock ruin slot, but not quite as good as 3. So we'll see whether or not she's worthy of having that last slot unlocked with gems. Alright, so let's just find her a quick home. Let's see. Yeah, we'll drop her over here. Okay, that was kind of interesting. I'm not sure why she felt it necessary to teleport that short distance, but, you know, hey, maybe it's part of the attack, right? Alright, so she's hiding in there somewhere. Alright, this is Amha. Nah, it's not a We'll find a good name for her. We'll get a good name for her. Alright, so this is Helgudin, and she is a legendary. She is darkness. Okay, so she is hardened, so she's got a 20% chance to resist negative status effects. She will also evade area skills. Ooh, that is actually very useful. So if the other team uses an area attack, it will miss her. So you have to specifically go right for her in order to hit her. And of course, it's not just a status cast. It is actually part of her trait, which makes it far more powerful. And speaking of powerful, let's take a look at some stats here. All right, her strength is pretty darn good. Her life is good also. Speed's not bad. So she's got some really good stats here. Yeah, they really make them all beefy these days, right? The times of the glass cannon have passed. Everybody's got a lot of life, no matter what they do, right? All right, let's take a look at her initial skills. Okay, we have Dane Sleeve Strike, whatever that is. Luckily, it's an early skill, and I never have to try to say it again. Deals low physical damage to 1 enemy. And we have Raider. Deals moderate dark damage to 1 enemy. And then that special skill she had with the little teleportation thing. Until Heck is Frozen. Deals massive dark damage to all enemies. Applies nightmares and bleed to all enemies. Okay, normally I don't like nightmares. But if it's mixed in with bleed, that can be very, very useful. Yes, for our enemies. Giving them nightmares while they're bleeding is actually quite useful, strategically. When Helgudin crossed the Rainbow Bridge, Olnir told her that she wasn't allowed into the magical ancient city behind the gates she guards. However, Helgudin isn't one to take no for an answer, and her intentions aren't just to enter the city, she wants to rule it. Okay, well, she's going to have to be fed up if she's going to do some ruling, right? Alright, so I guess we go with the tomatoes, since basically that's what we have. So let's get her up to her final evolution at level 4. Okay, there she is. She's floating in the air. She has some rather nasty looking swords. So, okay, and of course she can do that, which is kind of useful too. I mean, can't you just teleport past Olnir? I mean, would that work? Alright, well let's see if she's got the skills for it, right? Let's start at level 7 with these skills, right? Loki's Touch. Applies dark weakness to 1 enemy. Gives 1 extra turn to itself. Oh, that's interesting. That could be very, very interesting. I wonder if she has any darkness attacks to take advantage of that. Alright, let's go to level 10. Knot of Despair. Deals moderate dark damage to 1 enemy. 50% chance of applying nightmares. Okay, well, you know, I guess we have to have those, right? Alright, so let's continue to level 15. Cavasir's Fate. Deals moderate special damage to 1 enemy, applies 50% chance of applying bleeding. Alright, so that's the same as the other one, only it's bleeding. We'll just put that up there. That one is special damage, though. Alright, so let's continue to level 20. There Will Be Blood. Deals moderate special damage to all enemies, applies bleed to all enemies. Okay, well that's a nice upgrade from one we just got a moment ago, right? I mean, this one... yeah, moderate damage against 1 and 50% chance of bleeding. It's actually the same damage, too. It's only a 2-round cooldown. I'm going to throw that up there. And get rid of the next one, the old one, at the first opportunity, right? Of course, the only thing I would say about that one is it is special damage. So, but then again, she's got this other one for the weakness. All right, we'll have to see what else she's got, right? All right, let's go to level 25. Visions of the Damned. Deals heavy dark damage to one enemy, applies nightmares to one enemy. Well, I can certainly get rid of this one now. And then she's got that big dark damage attack now that she could use this other one for, right? Loki's Touch. All right, so let's go to level 30. Spirit of Balrer. Removes shields from all enemies, applies immunity to control to itself. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Well, let's put it this way. I know I don't want that, right? So we'll just put that there for now. I don't know. Removing shields and immunity. If it gave immunity to everybody, I would say definitely. You know, but I don't know about that one. We're going to have to see. All right, so let's continue to level 35. Dark Submission. Deals heavy dark damage to all enemies. Applies dark weakness to all enemies. Well, we're going to be keeping that one, right? I'm thinking at this point we lose this. Dark weakness and the extra turn is kind of cool, but I mean, if it's part of a heavy dark attack, yeah, that's the one I'm going to go with. Or the thing about it is, again, it's a group attack that gives dark weakness, but then it's the only one she seems to have that would actually truly take advantage of it. But I mean, that's like I said, if nothing, even if it didn't have the weakness to it, it's still dark, heavy damage, so yeah, we're going to keep that. Alright, so let's go. We figure we got 2 more, so we'll see how that works out. Maybe level 40. Blades of Nightmares. Deals moderate dark damage to all enemies. Apply. Okay, well, I'm taking my foot out of my mouth now, ain't I? Yeah. Alright, so this one is a dark damage attack and gives nightmares, so I think we can lose this. You know what? Do I want to lose them all, though? Oh, that's a quick... Because the thing about it is, I mean, think about her. If I had like all group attacks, she'd never be able to hit herself. I'm taking this one out. I have to have a single hit, because otherwise I won't be able to hit anybody who's got the same trait as her. And that is becoming a big club these days, right? Yeah. I mean, taking the shields off, that's kind of specialized. I don't really see that as something that she's going to be doing. You could do that if somebody in your group has removed positive status effects from the enemies, you know? I don't even know if that would apply to shields that were put on by relics, which is kind of a problem these days. And that one is only a 1-round cooldown, too. So, I mean, the extra turn thing isn't really necessary. If she gets her cooldowns activated, she's only going to be charging for 1 turn before she can come back and do this, right? All right, we probably have 1 more. I'd be very interested to see what it is. Spirit of Ball. All right, we saw that one already. All right, let's go to level 50. Fajalar and Garab. I have no idea. None at all whatsoever. Deals massive special damage to one enemy, applies bleed to one enemy. All right, so here's the question: do I want this one now? You got to go with the one with the special damage and the bleeding. Yeah, I mean, it's hard, but you got to do it. It does mean that she's going to be able to take advantage of that group weakness because she's got another one. But I mean, you got to take that one. Wow, she's got a lot of good skills here. All right, so let's just get her up to 60. And then we'll go take a look to see just in case. But I'm pretty sure that we got everything for her. And everything is pretty good. Alright, and then let's just step in here for a moment. Right, that's the one that removes shields. There'd be an argument for it if it gave control immunity to the entire group, you know? Just not really. It's not her job. I don't see that as her job. I mean, this one is good, but that one is just better. Although the name... Can I just take the Visions of the Damned and put it over here, please? Alright, and Loki's Touch, that's the one that gave the dark weakness to one individual and then gave her the extra turn. I don't see that as being something of a problem for her. The extra turn thing. Look, 1 round cooldown, 1 round cooldown. I mean, this is a group attack that gives nightmares, and it's a 1 round cooldown. And then this one is a big old hit, 1 round cooldown. And even this, 2 rounds, 2 rounds. She doesn't have anything over 2 rounds, so she doesn't really need the extra turn. And if you're going to go with dark weakness, I'd rather do a group heavy dark attack on there, for that. So, yeah, I mean, I think we got everything good with her. All right, let's check out her stats at 60. 2352. That's actually a lot. That's a lot of strength right there. Yeah, she's going to hit like a truck. Okay, yeah, and the life, of course, is very good. Her speed is pretty darn good, too. Yeah, I mean, she's going to move fast there. And the speed can be very useful because she can give weakness with 1 darkness group attack and then follow up on it with another darkness group attack. So, I mean, that's kind of useful indeed. And of course, the ability not to hit her with group attacks means that she's going to be a pain to actually hit while she's inflicting all this damage. Yeah, I mean, I had the choice of 3, and I think I chose properly. Yes, I did. All right, so let's just check out the skills that I selected here, and I think these are the ones you're going to go with. I don't think there's really a lot of question in the matter. All right, we'll start with this one. There Will Be Blood. Deals moderate special damage to all enemies, applies bleed to all enemies. Okay, this is good. Whether or not you want to lead with this one or not is the question, right? Dark Submission does seem to be something you want to lead with, even though giving torture effects is early. I guess you really have to play up the situation, but it really depends on what you want to get going first, right? All right, and then we're going to go with this one. Deals massive special damage to 1 enemy, applies bleed to 1 enemy. All right, the bleed, they probably are already bleeding if they can bleed already from the first attack, but what this is a obviously massive special hit. I wanted to make sure that she had a good, solid, single target hit, for situations like, for instance, if she's fighting herself, on the other side of the battlefield. After all, she does have this trait right here, and a lot of them do have that these days, is if you use a group attack, they're just going to evade it. So you want to make sure that your damage dealers can do damage to 1 target. It's very important these days, because otherwise, that's not going to hit somebody with that trait. That's not going to hit somebody with that trait. That's not going to hit somebody with that trait. And you would have to actually disable the trait because it's not a status cast. There are some who do have it, like Shade Moon. For Shade Moon, his is a status cast. 2 rounds, it's gone. Or you could also get rid of it. But if it's a trait, you got to disable it or you got to go for her single target. All right, and then we have this one. Dark Submission. Deals heavy dark damage to all enemies, applies dark weakness to all enemies. This is what I was talking about a moment ago. You might want to lead with this one because you do have a follow-up for that one, which is the next one. So obviously, heavy dark damage attack, which is really good for her considering her strength and the fact that you're gonna put strength on her, right? You're gonna do that. She can just follow up with this one. Blades of Nightmares. Deals moderate dark damage to all enemies, applies nightmares to all enemies. All right, so the nightmares thing, it's a throw-in, I suppose. It's torture effect. She's got 2 of them. She can apply both of them. The big thing here is it is a high, moderate dark damage attack. And if she does this one first, they're going to be weak to it. So it's going to do double damage, which is going to hurt a lot, again, with her strength. And then she could always follow up on this and get them bleeding again. Or she could go back to this. Think of it this way. They're probably still going to be weak when she gets this one back. And then she can come back and drop the hammer on them again. So, yeah, I mean, she could do a lot of damage. And she might be sitting there, not getting hit. Yeah, she's got a lot of good tools. And she's going to do a lot of damage. And like I said, with that strength, you want to take advantage of that strength. And the fact that she's got middle moderate damage here, massive damage here, heavy dark damage here, and that's kind of a high moderate damage. So you're going to want to put strength on her. I would say at least 2. Normally, I don't like the idea of putting speed on a damage dealer, but I think she could benefit from that. So instead of putting like a group speed, I'm really thinking of just putting a speed for her so that she can go faster. Her speed is great to start with, and the fact that she can debuff her enemies and then come back and wallop them means that I would probably want her moving as fast as possible. Definitely 2 damages on her though, because when she does the walloping, you want to make sure she wallops really hard. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. 2 strengths and then a speed for her, not a group speed, not a support speed for the team. I think in this case it's probably warranted. When you have an individual who can debuff the enemy team so that they can take advantage of it, you probably want them moving faster, especially if they have a great base speed to start with. She's going to do a lot of damage, and I can't wait to start using her. And you know what? I think I found another player for Thalas's team. Anyway, this is Helgudin, and she is really good. And like I said, I can't wait to start testing with her. That might be fairly soon. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya.